My name is Matt Pinella with Matt Bangs Wood, and you are watching The Ridge. I'm going to hop up top and get that little discrepancy there in our seat cut taken care of. Take a little bit off the head cut and it'll tighten it up against the beam. From there we can get everything glued and nailed up. So by taking a little bit off that head cut right there, it shrunk it up, made it to where it was a little bit tighter up against that beam. That's looking pretty dang good. Since we're not working with a whole lot of material here, I do not want to nail this with a nail gun and risk it breaking. Therefore, hand-driven galvanized nail, it's good to go. Tight bond.
Yeah.
What's up?
Ah, getting this thing in there is going to be a little bit of a pain in the but we'll be able to do it. Okay, that's it there. Good. Oh, you're still lined up?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Hang on, baby.
Okay,
All right.
take out my block.
All right.
We've got the post over here and the beam up top, and the post over here and the beam up top as well. Knife plate connection that you guys saw will have 2 through bolts. It's going to be pretty cool. Now that those are up, we can stack out the rafters and tongue and groove all the way up and it'll be done. We put in the beams, we put in the rafters, everything looks awesome, but I want to see some TNG going out. I want to see my finished fascia done to where I can get a feel for what the front of this place is going to look like. All of our ZIP System sheathing is getting delivered today. We can sheet out the garage here and work our way around everywhere that we have the pine tongue and groove done. Along with the fascia, we can go ahead and sheet. Back side of the home for now is going to be left. We have some more work to do out there. But for now, these guys are getting the front worked out, getting some TNG cut going up those rafters. If you haven't watched the rest of this playlist, please pinned comment down below. You can watch everything from episode 1 until now. Go do that. While they were taking care of that, Greg was cutting beams. Myself, I was over dialing in this corner. Need to figure out where my valley planes through. Show you guys that in just a bit here. In order to figure out where my valley went through, I had to run some string lines end to end from one roof line to the next and then find out where they met in the middle. From there, I was able to cut my fascia, get that all dialed in, and now I can run my valley piece and my last two tails. It's getting there though. Let's go check out this corner real quick and see how that's coming together. So in order to figure out the angles here, I ran a string line on this roof line coming over, and then off of our single tail that we have over here, back that way. Those string lines determined where the fascia here was gonna meet at our long points. From there was a couple quick scribes, figured out the angle, cut these pieces here and dropped them in. It's looking good so far. Now I can get my valley put in here, get the last of the two rafters put in, and that's gonna be complete as well. Disregard this, let's check out the entryway that the guys just framed up. That came out awesome. Nice tongue and groove going all the way up and over. The only thing that I have to say about that, I personally would have liked to have seen that carried out a little bit farther. I think it would have looked better. Now when you do tongue and groove, there's a few things you want to make sure of. One, you want to make sure that it's as tight as possible. Nail it down to where it does not move. It's pine, it's gonna shrink. You're gonna end up with little tiny gaps here and there. As long as you get this stuff as tight as you can when you're putting it up, you'll be good. It's gonna open up a little bit though, be prepared for that. Second thing to note, you'll see that this right here is a beveled corner and this right here is a square corner. Square up here, beveled down here. In the case that you wanted to have the square down, you could, and it would run continuous just like that. It would give it a nice flat appearance, while the round down will give you some nice detail on every single piece. One piece square down in the middle of your run will ruin your day. With tongue and groove, you cannot just pull a piece out of the center. You have to work your way from the top back down, get to that piece, flip it, and then continue your runs. So whether you are using the little V-groove right there or square, make sure you do it all the same, regardless of which way you choose.
There we go.
Liking that?
I can do this, yeah. Got gunja.
We have the rest of our roof sheathing getting dropped later today or tomorrow. We picked up enough today to where we can sheet out their garage to where that is complete. From there we can start working the inside of the little courtyard area over there. that fascia detail is going to be so much nicer. Having something for the tongue and groove to actually nail down into is awesome. Anytime you're nailing into the end grain, which is exactly what we were doing there with the T and G, we were going through the 2x4 into the end grain of the pine, it's not going to hold as well. It has a tendency to pull apart, and we could tell that that was pretty weak just from the get-go. With that 4x8 in there, that thing's not moving. I jumped on the end to show you guys a quick comparison. With that 4x8 setup though, it's not going anywhere. So the one thing that I like the most about the ZIP System sheathing is the self-spacing little bump outs on the top and bottom of the sheet, allowing you to slap one sheet down, another right on top of it. You don't have to worry about kicking it up to get your 1/8 inch gap. It does it for you. Now they don't have those little spacers side to side, so you do have to manually space that yourself. Not a big deal though. You have to admit, that looks good, right? It looks a lot better than just typical OSB. And it is a very dense product. Pretty stoked on it. Owners are gonna have a very nice roof on this place. All right guys, we're gonna head on out of here for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, big thumbs up, subscribe button is down there below. Go click that. This place is coming along. You can see how much shade we finally got here in the garage. We only have half of this thing sheeted as well. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap up the rest of it. Along with that, we can sheet from here all the way to the back side of the master bedroom. So that is the plan. I'll see you guys then. Bang on.